All right. It's 9/11, so it's time to bring up one of my writers, Alex Rubens. In anticipation of having to play D&D, we need manpower. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
So we worked today on your draft of Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Look at these guys. They love it.
They harmonized it.
Yeah. Do you enjoy working for me?
Yeah, very, very much.
It seems like it must be magical.
When, like, a week into working with you on Community, you brought me up on stage here, and I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I get in my head in a way that's occasionally like the dogs looking at the frame rate on the TV, where it is perfectly incompatible with your head.
Because I'm a shimmering beacon of writing knowledge.
Yeah.
Even though you went to way more college than me.
Yeah.
So this is how I get my revenge. Everybody that's good at that got good grades in gym, everybody that went to Harvard, everybody, they're all beneath me.
Yeah.
They all work for me.
The problem that I always have when talking to you in a public forum, is that the candor that you bring to a situation like this makes me feel like I should speak my mind in this like completely fluid way.
What do you think the worst thing that would happen would be if you did that?
I know exactly what it is because there's a conflict of interest. And the conflict of interest is that I care about how I look. I see. I understand how you
That's
just
not
read that
boo-worthy.
statement.
That's a heroic confession.
No, I care about how I look, and I'm a big Harmon fan. So speaking candidly about that makes me seem like a kiss ass because you're my boss. Right? I mean, like literally, you're my boss.
But what's the most shameful thing you've ever done in your life? Or you're fired.
I was just talking. My wife. My wife had this very embarrassing experience just recently, and then wanted afterwards to like bond about like she's like, let's talk about the most humiliating things that have ever happened to us. Like once when I was in 7th grade, this happened, and I started getting all stressed out, and I couldn't figure out why, and then I realized that I got I mean, this is a sad story. But, I may have told you this already, but, in The Avengers, the movie, when Bruce Banner explains that his secret with... have you seen it, Duncan?
No, I haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
Oh, God damn it. All right, well, there's, you know that Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk when he gets angry.
Yes.
And he can't control it.
Yes.
And it's this running thing throughout the movie that he's like, now I figured out how to control it. And they're like, what's your secret? And he's like, I'll tell you later. And then when he tells them...
You want a drink?
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. He finally tells them that, like, just as he's about to turn into the Hulk and punch some enormous, like, space worm, he's like, I never told you my secret. It's that I'm always angry. And then he turns into the Hulk.
Oh, I saw The Avengers. I remember that. Cool. Super cool.
Well, that's how I am, but instead of with anger, it's with humiliation and shame.
Meaning that you feel humiliation, shame, or meaning that you would readily spout out something incredibly...
No, it's that... I think that in some ways I'm actually relatively immune to shame. Like I was having trouble thinking of times I've been embarrassed, but then I realized that at a certain point in my life, the embarrassment flooded over me so completely that I lived in a universe of embarrassment, and that became the background, and then no new embarrassment could penetrate.
And then it became a game of making sure that anybody that comes near you knows that they're an embarrassment town.
Well,
that's how I started to think of it. It's like, halt, who goes there? You don't have to put your gun down, but you better know I shit my pants when I was 3. Because I don't want you making fun of me. Yeah. If you do, you'll be hacked because I did it first.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's my worst. That's where I'm the craziest. Is that I have to. I'm like ruthless. There's a lyric in I think an Of Montreal song that he was like, if I did to anyone else what I do to myself, I would be in jail. or something like that. And that's how I feel because I'm so mean to myself. And it's because if anyone in this room could say something mean about me that I haven't already thought of, I would die.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have to be...
Yeah, you gotta shoot me through a hole I already created, or it's gonna hurt bad.
There are certain things I hope that you don't notice about me, but if you do, I'll be like, fuck, they figured it out.
I was on Reddit once, and there was some guy... people were having a conversation about me. Because they do that.
They do.
And this was like back before I gotta go away from Reddit, not because it's bad, because it's great, and I can't handle it.
I have no Reddit experience.
But like there was some conversation on Reddit that was going on with somebody, they're talking about me, and they don't know I'm listening. They don't want me to be listening. They want to talk about me as if I'm like, it's like a part of this show that they're just talking casually about it. They got 900 other things in their lives, but I'm reading it and I'm fucking like, what do people think about me? And somebody was like, yeah, well, as long as he doesn't have another alcoholic meltdown. And I like signed in and it was like, citations needed. Citations needed. And I kept on, and then I was on this jag where I was I was like scouring these threads, and I was like, anytime it was like just Wikipedia, like what if this was fucking citations? What are you talking about? And then the funny thing that would happen is when I would do that, people would go, oh, well, Mr. Harmon, yes, well, here's my citation. And it was a valid one. It was a quote from me in like Wired magazine. Like, yeah, I had an alcoholic meltdown, or it's like whatever. It'd always be me. And the weird thing is, like, I had this thing. I had this emotional response that it was like when that would come up, and they would go, "No, I'm getting that from the Hollywood Reporter. They said this and that. You did this interview." And then I would go, and I really, for one of them, I responded, with what was the honest epiphany that I had, which was, oh, good. I just really need to know that I'm the person spreading bad news about me.
Yeah.
I just really need it to be me.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it you who was just? Was it? Sorry, I think it was you just saying this like today. It was a long day.
I don't repeat myself. Okay. No, what? What are you doing?
I'm really embarrassed that apparently my brain doesn't work anymore because I think this was you talking about how you don't want to be. I think it's my friend Raza. He was talking about how he doesn't want to be murdered by... Well, he was saying he'd much rather... Who was fucking saying... Oh, my friend Kevin. The rest of everything I say is going to be me trying to figure out who said this. No, he was saying that, like, he doesn't care if... he'd rather... It was Roller. It was Matt Roller. It was 100% Matt Roller, I'm 100% sure. Right. He was saying if he got murdered, he would rather that the person be an idiot who just happened to murder him than that it be a genius who, like, he's like, I don't want to be part of somebody's plan.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, and I was like, oh, so you don't want to feel bested, like you don't want to like open your safe and there's a bomb in there and you're like, oh fuck, and then it blows up. But he was like, no, but he's like, also though, I don't want there to be people shooting in a bank so that they can rob the museum and I get killed in the bank.
Right. He doesn't want to be insignificant. He doesn't want to be a pawn.
Yeah.
That's so fucking fascinating.
Isn't that interesting?
And so uncharacteristically honest for Roller. That's amazing.
Well, Roller's fascinating.
Yeah.